Hi, my name is Estefania Orozco, and today I will analyze Powell and Pressburger's cinematic techniques versus Godin's prose style. Rumor Godin's Black Narcissus from 1939 and Powell's and Pressburger's film from 1947 tell the same story, a group of nuns trying to establish a convent in the remote town of Mobu, yet they speak in entirely different artistic languages. Godin writes with psychological subtlety and internal tension, while Powell and Pressburger translate that interior world into bold cinematic expression. One clear example that compares Godin's prose style and also Powell and Pressburger's filmmaking is at the climax of the movie, where Sister Ruth goes crazy, rebels against Sister Clodagh, and goes out looking for Mr. Dean. This instance is very different in the book than in the movie. In the book, Aya was supposed to be looking over Sister Ruth since she is sick, but Sister Ruth runs away, and when Sister Clodagh is looking for her, Aya said she ran away and has not been back. In the next chapter, we get to look at what happened between Sister Ruth and Mr. Dean. In the movie, this, in my opinion, is what ties the whole movie together by using all the techniques that it had been using up to this point of the movie. In this scene, Ruth appears with a red dress in front of Sister Clodagh, which is how she notices that she has gone mad and is rebelling against the sisters. In an attempt to prevent Sister Ruth from running away, Sister Clodagh sits in front of Sister Ruth at night in order to watch over her, which is when Sister Ruth applies makeup in front of her. Sister Clodagh falls asleep, and this gives Ruth an opportunity to run away. Throughout this whole sequence, many revolutionary aspects of filmmaking were used by both Powell and Pressburger. Things like the candles signifying the passage of time, the mirroring scene where Ruth is putting on lipstick in front of Sister Clodagh, who is reading the Bible, and the Bible falling on the floor when Clodagh falls asleep, followed by a sensual scene of Ruth putting on her boots in the middle of the night in order to go look for Mr. Dean. These scenes are aided by an incredible use of frames and light, mostly brought out by Technicolor, and they use these in order to do storytelling without necessarily using words. Just from the narrative and how the story goes, both book and the movie are very different. But the movie provides a symbolic aspect with its cinematography that the book does not really focus on as much. However, a way in which Godin excels with the book, and not so much Powell and Pressburger at the movie, is at the plot development, the details, and the pacing of the story. When watching the movie, not only did I realize that many aspects of the book were missing, like key moments and even characters, but also the development of the story seemed a little rushed. Many scenes between Clodagh and Calm were not included in the movie, which, when put in another person's shoes that had not seen the movie, I think they could have been confused on why Clodagh joined the convent and why she is the way she is. This aspect of the story is treated meticulously in the book, with many scenes and conversations about it. I cannot also help but notice the absence of Sister Della in the movie, and while she is not a major character and only arrived after Sister Philippa left, I believe she was still important at the climax of the movie, and not including her was an impactful decision for the movie. When discussing this, there are some factors to consider. The first one is that movies were not used to be in longer than 2 hours during the 1940s, which meant that the movie was the perfect length, and adding more scenes to the movie would have probably made it too long. Another aspect is budget, since we do not know how much money Powell and Pressburger had to work with, and adding more scenes or characters would only cost more money. Finally, the adaptation of books into movies is never an easy task to perform, especially when dealing with stories that require a lot of world creation. Therefore, Godin's prose style excels at plot development, but not so much in the creation of atmosphere and storytelling with no words, which is something almost impossible due to the fact that it is a book. Powell and Pressburger's movie techniques excel in cinematography techniques and the creation of atmosphere, but not so much in plot development. Still, the movie is a very good recreation of the book, It is fair to the story's essence and its themes on belief and historic events happening during the 1940s. Both works are acclaimed and important in their subjects. The book remains a piece of literature applicable and studied in the modern day, while the movie crossed boundaries in cinema that have revolutionized it forever. Thank you.